smile, your friend who's suddenly busy, or that neighbor with the two perfect compliments aren't as friendly as they seem? What if, behind their polite words and forced laughs, they're hiding something darker, dislike, envy, or even resentment? In a world where we're taught to take smiles at face value, spotting the truth can feel like navigating a minefield. But here's the twist. What if knowing these hidden signs could not only protect your peace, but also make you unshakable, no matter who's throwing shade? Today, we're diving into 7 subtle signs that someone might dislike you but is cloaking it in charm, all through the lens of Stoic philosophy, a 2,000-year-old playbook for seeing through the noise and staying strong. This isn't about paranoia or clapping back. It's about armoring your mind to rise above judgment, stay true to your values, and live a life that's bulletproof. If you're ready to decode the unspoken, dodge the traps, and walk away stronger, smash that subscribe button, share this with someone who needs to see it, and buckle up. By the end, you'll have a Stoic-powered toolkit to spot hidden dislike and turn it into fuel for your growth. Let's unravel this together. Don't miss a second, because this is going to hit deep. We've all been there. You're vibing, sharing a win, like a promotion or a new hobby, and someone responds with a half-hearted, "That's cool," or a smirk that doesn't quite reach their eyes. Or maybe it's the friend who's always fine, but never really engages, leaving you wondering, did I do something? In the U.S., where we're conditioned to keep things polite and nice, spotting genuine dislike is tricky. People don't always say what they feel. They hide it behind smiles, small talk, or sneaky jabs. But the Stoics, thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, who faced backstabbing senators, Epictetus, who rose from slavery, and Seneca, dodging political vipers, knew how to see through the masks. They taught us to look beyond appearances, not to stir drama, but to protect our inner peace. Their wisdom isn't about catching haters. It's about staying so grounded that no one's opinion can shake you. Curious? Let's break down 7 signs someone's hiding dislike, plus Stoic strategies to stay above the fray. First, watch for subtle undermining of your efforts. Ever share a big moment, like crushing a work project or hitting a fitness goal, and get a response that feels off? Maybe it's a lukewarm, "nice job," that lands like a wet sock, or a joke with a bite, like, "Wow, didn't think you had it in you." These aren't accidents. They're calculated to dim your shine. Seneca, the Stoic who navigated Rome's elite, said, "You will earn the respect of all when you stop seeking it." Translation: their faint praise isn't about you. It's their insecurity talking. They're wrestling with envy or bitterness, and your success is their mirror. Here's how to handle it. Don't take the bait. When someone downplays your win, say a coworker shrugging off your presentation, don't spiral or clap back. Pause. Ask yourself, does their opinion change my work's value? Spoiler, it doesn't. Studies show seeking external validation spikes anxiety by 20%. Instead, focus on your own measure. Did you give your best? Marcus Aurelius journaled nightly to remind himself. Others' words don't define you. Try this. Next time you get faint praise, smile, say, "Thanks," and move on. Write down one thing you're proud of about your effort. Their shade? It's just noise. Your worth? That's rock solid. Second, notice the passive distance of avoidance. Ever feel like someone's physically there but mentally checked out? Conversations are one-sided, like you're pulling teeth. Eye contact's rare. Responses are clipped and their vibe screams, "I'm here because I have to be." Maybe it's a friend who's suddenly swamped every time you suggest coffee, or a family member who dodges deep talks. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It is not what others do that troubles us, but our reaction to what they do." Their distance isn't your fault. It's their struggle, maybe discomfort or resentment they can't voice. Here's the stoic move. Don't chase or stew. When you sense avoidance, say a coworker who only grunts at your ideas, don't beg for their warmth. Ask, have I wronged them? If yes, own it and address it calmly. If not, let it go. Epictetus said, keep your will in harmony with nature. You can't force their engagement, but you can control your response. Research shows overanalyzing social slights boosts stress by 15%. Try this. For one day, note when someone's distant but don't react. Instead, invest in people who show up. Call a friend who gets you. Their avoidance, their loss. Your peace? Untouchable. Third, spot disguised delight in your struggles. This one's sneaky. Someone who seems neutral or even a tad pleased when you're down. They don't cheer your failures outright, but their silence or subtle smirk gives them away. Maybe you bomb a pitch, and a colleague says nothing while others rally. Or a friend nods with a barely hidden grin when your plans tank. Seneca nailed it. It is in adversity that the virtue of a man is revealed. Their quiet glee isn't about your worth. It's their envy or insecurity bubbling up. Here's how to rise above. Use their reaction as fuel. When someone, say, a sibling, seems smug about your rough patch, don't lash out or shrink. Marcus Aurelius said, the impediment to action advances action. Let their vibe push you to grow. Struggling at work? Double down on your skills. Studies show resilience in adversity cuts recovery time by 25%. Try this. Next time you sense this, note it, then do one thing to move forward, like reading a career article or hitting the gym. Their smirk? Powerless. Your comeback? Priceless. Fourth, beware excessive politeness that feels hollow. Sometimes dislike hides in over-the-top niceness. Their words are syrupy, their gestures perfect, but it's all empty. Think of the coworker who gushes, "You're so talented," but never backs it with action, or the acquaintance whose "let's hang soon" never materializes. Epictetus warned, appearances are deceptive. Look beneath. This fake warmth masks discomfort, envy, or resentment. They're overcompensating to hide their true feelings. Here's the stoic fix. See it. Don't feel it. When someone's politeness feels off, like a boss with robotic praise, don't let it rattle you. Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Their act is their issue, not your value. Studies show insincere interactions drain energy by 10%. Stay authentic. Respond kindly, but don't play their game. Try this. For a week, notice overly polite vibes and keep your replies short and real. Their mask? Irrelevant. Your integrity? Everything. Fifth, catch subtle competition in conversations. Ever talk to someone who turns every chat into a one-up contest? You share a win, and they pivot to their bigger one. You mention a struggle and theirs is worse. It's not connection. It's a power play to dim your light. Maybe a friend always steers talks back to themselves, or a coworker downplays your ideas to flex theirs. Epictetus said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish. Their need to compete screams insecurity, not your inadequacy. Here's how to win. Don't play. When someone, say a teammate, tries to one-up you, don't bite. Smile, nod, and shift focus. If they brag, say, that's awesome, tell me more. It disarms them. Research shows non-competitive responses build trust 30% faster. Seneca said, it is a great man who can remain indifferent to those who provoke him. Try this. For one day, let every subtle jab slide and focus on listening. Their contest? Empty. Your calm. Magnetic. Sixth, decode backhanded compliments and veiled criticism. These are daggers wrapped in bows. You're so brave to try that. I'd be too embarrassed. Or, wow, you did great for someone with your experience. They're meant to sting, planting doubt while dodging accountability. Marcus Aurelius said, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed." Their words only wound if you let them. That compliment from a rival. It's their fear of your shine, not your flaw. Here's the Stoic shield. Deflect and focus. When you hear a veiled jab, say, "A cousin's you're so confident it's inspiring." Don't dwell. Respond with a neutral thanks, and move on. Studies show ignoring microaggressions cuts their emotional impact by 20%. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react." Write down the jab, then list 3 things you know are true about your worth. Their words: dust. Your truth? Granite. 7th, look for inconsistent behavior. Someone who dislikes you might swing between warmth and frost, leaving you guessing. One day, they're chatty, joking, all in. The next, they're cold, distant or snappy. Maybe a friend's super supportive at a party but ghosts your texts later. This hot and cold act isn't random. It's their dislike leaking through cracks in their mask. Seneca said, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." Their inconsistency reflects their inner conflict, not your value. Here's how to stay steady. Don't mirror their chaos. When someone's behavior flips, say a coworker's friendly one day, curt the next. Don't match their mood. Stay consistent, kind, calm, professional. Research shows stable responses in volatile interactions boost your credibility by 15%. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Be like a rock against which the waves break." Try this. For a week, note inconsistent vibes but keep your actions steady. Their swings, their storm. Your calm, your anchor. So, how do you tie this together? These signs: undermining, avoidance, quiet glee, fake politeness, competition, veiled jabs, and inconsistency, are like whispers of dislike, subtle but real. But here's the Stoic twist. Spotting them isn't about winning a feud or proving you're right. It's about protecting your peace and growing stronger. The Stoics didn't waste energy on others' opinions. They built lives so solid that no one's shade could crack them. Marcus Aurelius faced traitors daily but wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." That's your playbook. See the signs but don't let them derail you. Their dislike? It's their burden. Your strength? It's your legacy. Let's get practical because knowing is one thing. Living it is another. First, sharpen your awareness. For 1 week, notice these signs without reacting. Jot them down. Who's undermining, avoiding, or competing? Don't judge. Just observe. Studies show mindful observation cuts emotional reactivity by 25%. Second, redirect your energy. When you spot a sign, say, a backhanded compliment. Don't dwell. Do something that reinforces your worth. Finish a task. Call a real friend. Hit the gym. Action drowns out noise. Third, reflect nightly, Stoic style. Ask, did I let anyone's vibe shake me today? How can I stay stronger tomorrow? Marcus Aurelius did this to stay grounded. It's like a mental reset. Fourth, surround yourself with authenticity. Spend more time with people who lift you, friends who celebrate your wins, co-workers who engage honestly. Research shows positive social circles boost resilience by 20%. Finally, live your values. Every choice, kindness over pettiness, effort over ego, is a brick in your Stoic fortress. Their dislike can't touch a life built on truth. Here's the deeper truth. People's hidden dislike often has nothing to do with you. That coworker's smirk, maybe they're jealous of your hustle, That friend's distance could be their own insecurities. The Stoics knew others' actions reflect their inner world, not yours. Epictetus said, "You are not your reputation, you are your choices." In a culture obsessed with likes, follows, and approval, that's freedom. You don't need everyone to love you, just to respect yourself. And the wild part? When you live this way, calm, authentic, unshaken, even those who dislike you can't help but notice your strength. Some might even rethink their vibe. But that's not your goal. Your goal is a life where no one's judgment, hidden or loud, can dim your light. Let's zoom out. Why does this matter? Because life's too short to waste on decoding every glance or jab. The Stoics didn't play those games. They built empires of the mind. In the U.S., where we're bombarded with social cues, office politics, group chats, Instagram flexes. Knowing these signs keeps you sharp without turning you cynical. You're not here to catch enemies. You're here to build a life that's true. That coworker's shade? It's a chance to practice patience. That friend's fake praise? A lesson in authenticity. Every sign is a mirror not of your flaws, but of your growth. The Stoics called this amor fati, love of fate. Love the challenge, love the lesson, love the chance to rise. One more thing. These signs aren't just about others. They're a mirror for you. Ever catch yourself giving faint praise or dodging someone? We all slip sometimes. Use this as a gut check. Are you showing up authentically? Are your words lifting or cutting? Seneca said, "We ought to examine ourselves before we examine others." If you spot these behaviors in yourself, don't beat yourself up. Grow. Apologize if you've wronged someone. Be real next time. The Stoic path isn't perfection. It's progress. Every step toward honesty and kindness is a win, not just for you, but for everyone you touch. So, what's the takeaway? People will dislike you, sometimes openly, often sneakily. That's life. But with Stoic wisdom, you don't just spot the signs, you transcend them. Undermining, meet it with confidence. Avoidance, counter with presence. Quiet glee, answer with resilience. Vague politeness, reflect authenticity. Competition, offer humility. Veiled jabs, shield with clarity and consistency. Anchor with steadiness. These aren't just defenses. They're declarations of who you are. You're not here to win everyone's approval. You're here to live a life that's yours, unshaken by the noise. Take a moment, right now. Think of one person whose vibe's been off lately. Which sign do you see? Go write it down, then pick one Stoic move to counter it. Maybe a pause before reacting, or a focus on your own work. Share your plan in the comments. Let's hold each other accountable. If this hit home, like it, share it, and dive into our other videos for more Stoic tools to navigate life's chaos. This is the paradox point, where we see through the masks and build lives that stand tall. You're stronger than any hidden dislike. Keep rising, keep growing, and let's do this together.